Hi family, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tina here, back again with another video. But before getting to the video, please subscribe, like the video, and join the family. Today I'm not rambling so much because I don't want to miss the important points. As you have seen by the title of the video, I'll be talking about everything about China, studying in China, what you need, scholarships and all that jazz. Like, I've had a lot of questions on how it here in China, so I'll just be answering some of the questions that I've received on my previous video that I made like 5 years ago, and I was watching it, I was like, oh my god. But I feel like most people have got like a lot of questions that they need to ask, and I only talked about the things that happen when you're already in China. I never mentioned on how you can get in China, so I just have like, I've just screenshotted the questions that I've received like recent, so I'm just going to answer them. So let's get right into the video. So the first question that I'm going to answer is, how did you get to China, or how did you apply to China? How I got to China, I used an agent that helped me apply to China. I'll get into details later in the video. And then the second question is going to the same direction. The person doesn't know whether to apply online or through an agency. She doesn't know which one is really reliable. So all I can say is that if you're using an agency, make sure the person is like reliable. Like, some people would tell you that they can apply for you, maybe in medicine you get like full scholarship, and then when you get here things are not like the way they promised you. You find yourself maybe just you have 1 year scholarship for maybe just Chinese, and then you have to figure out for yourself. So you have to ask like important questions like, what scholarship am I getting? Because there are like 3 kinds of scholarship. That if you're applying under Chinese government scholarship, I think there's type A and type B, but I'll talk about that as we go on. But for like 3 kinds of scholarship, if you're applying for university scholarship, the first scholarship, that's type A. It will cover your tuition, accommodation, insurance, and they'll also get like stipend. It depends on how much the university pays. Some university, if you're applying under bachelor's, I don't really know about bachelor's, but I'll talk about masters. If you're applying for masters, the first class, if you've got stipend, they'll pay you like 1,500 yuan. In other universities, and other universities will pay you 1,700. That's under school scholarship. And if you applied under Chinese government scholarship, for masters I think they pay 3,000, and then PhD I think they pay 3,500 yuan. I'll be putting the in dollars here, or you can convert. Yeah. And also type B, it covers tuition and accommodation. You don't get stipend, you don't get insurance covered, you don't get nothing. They just literally just pay for your accommodation and tuition. And then the third class scholarship, though, it will just cover your tuition, meaning you have to pay for accommodation and the rest. Like, they say that this scholarship, they just don't give for free. It comes with like, they come with, I feel like, regulations. Like other schools, you have to have a pass mark of 60% in all subjects. Like each year there is what do you call, scholarship. They check if you've passed. If you haven't passed, they can get the scholarship from you, so you have to work hard. Other schools is 70%. My school is 70%, so you have to pass like in all courses at least 70% and above. So you have to get that in mind. You have to study as well, because otherwise you're not going to get the scholarship the other year, meaning you have to cater everything, meaning you're not going to get a visa. That's the thing with Chinese schools. If you don't pay school fees, they'll not give you the papers to go to the visa office, and you need a visa to stay here, guys. Oh, that's a story for another. So I think I've covered that. And then the Chinese government scholarship, you can actually apply through online. You can apply online, or you can also use someone to apply for you. But bear in mind, if you're using someone, obviously you're going to pay them like a service fee. These things you just don't do them for free. You're going to pay them a service fee. It depends on how much the person wants you to pay. If you're using an agency, it's just the same. It depends on how much they want you to pay just for the service. And also note that when you're applying online, there is actually like an application fee. This is like mandatory. It's not like it's going to the person. This this amount is going directly to the school. So some schools application fee is 400 yuan, and then some other schools is 600 yuan. It depends on the province and the school as well. Other schools it's 800 yuan. So when they're telling you have to pay 800 for application, that's not their money. That is going direct to the school for the application, for them to process your applications, like for them to check your papers. I hope that makes sense. So the other person is saying, how much does an average person need for accommodation, insurance, visa, and upkeep? So for accommodation, like they give you, maybe if you are in a double room, it depends. Mostly it's just like, how much? I just say yearly, but I think most accommodations is like 6,000 per year, 6,000 yuan per year, or 8,000 per year. My school particularly is 12,000 per year. That's if you don't have scholarship, it's 12,000 per year. So that's mean you have to pay like in 6 or 1 month or the whole year. You have to pay for the whole year or 6 months. I'm not really sure about that. And then for insurance is 800 yuan. This is a must. You have to pay insurance like every year if you're a student. 800 yuan. And then for visa, other cities visa is 600 yuan. Other cities is 400 yuan. That's for a year if you're a student. And then for upkeep it depends. If you want to be eating at the school canteen or you want to be buying food to cook, roughly I spend about, I don't spend much. Actually, it just depends on what you eat. Actually, if you are a high maintenance office, you need like 1,000 and more. But for me, I don't think I eat much, and I don't really buy food like every month. So maybe buy food for 500, like the big stuffs, and then you just buying juice. Like you don't really need much, like 500 yuan. I feel like it's enough for one person. I hope I answered that question. If you have got more questions, just ask me. And then the other person is asking me, how much is the accommodation outside if you don't want to live on campus or in the dormitory? Actually, accommodation, it depends. Other schools, they will not allow you to live outside campus. Yes, but other schools, they will allow you to live outside campus. And if you're under the Chinese government scholarship, I think they give like 700 yuan for living outside, which is a plus for that. And then if you just want to rent a house, like the houses that I have checked out is 1,500 per month yuan, and then others 1,000, maybe it's just one room. Like the accommodation, it depends actually. The area in, it's either it's high where the malls are, it's gonna be higher, maybe 2,500, 3,500 per month, and you have to pay all this stuff. Oh my god, it's just, yeah. So if you want to live outside, you have to prepare yourself, of course. Yo, it's not easy. Oh, this other question is saying the admission fee, this is like the application fee, is 400 or 800 yuan. Do you require to pay this fee along with the documents? Like, do you need to pay it before they issue the offer later, right? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This application fee is like a must. It's a mandatory. It's for them to review your papers. You have to pay. It's either you pay 400, like there's a school account that you can just pay, just screenshot, send it to the person. You can do it on yourself if you don't trust the person with that money. But yeah, and then there's an account, like a bank account, you have to transfer to it. But if you're not in China, make sure you have someone here to do it for you, and then they'll just send you the receipt. They need that receipt for them to review your papers. But other schools, I think they don't really need you to pay right away. It depends, actually. It actually depends, but you just have to be ready. The other question is, can I get a scholarship to study medicine in English? On the medicine part, I feel like medical courses, more especially like medicine, it's so difficult to get a scholarship. This is not even a joke, especially in English. Maybe if you apply under Chinese government, but just as university scholarship, it's really tough for you to get like a scholarship in medicine. This is what I know, because I also wanted to do medicine, but things just didn't work out like that. So if you want to do medicine, make sure you are loaded, so that if anything happens, because if you fail, these people don't play. If you fail, they'll get your scholarship, so you have to keep that in mind. So medicine, you can just apply like in engineering courses, but if you're willing to do medicine, you can actually do medicine, but it's not easy. And if you're not under scholarships, most tuition fees is like 32,000 yuan, 26,000 yuan per year, 15,000 yuan per year, 12,000, 8,000 with language courses, I think so. But tuition fees is not cheap at all if you're not on scholarship. That's what I can say. This is not even a joke, so you have to prepare that in mind before you lose that scholarship. Think about it. Okay. The other question is saying, after watching your videos, I'm considering Yangzhou University for my further studies. Can you tell me if admissions are still open? I'm no longer at Yangzhou University, but I know this year they're not taking undergraduates. They're just taking, like, if you're doing masters or PhD and above. So there's no undergraduate courses at Yangzhou University at the moment. I'm sorry, maybe next year, but this year I've checked online, there's nothing there. Yeah, and then this is the last question that I'm going to answer. Good morning, would you help me apply? Obviously I can help you apply, and I'll like guide you. You can ask me like more questions, and obviously you're going to pay me a fee, but this fee I'm not going to get it until I see your papers and that you're accepted and you've gotten the scholarship that you want. That's the only way I'm going to get your money. The only money I'm going to get from you is the one that I mentioned prior, that you need money, like the application fee. But rather than that, I'm not getting any money. So I don't want anybody to call me a scammer. I'm just going to get money from you when your admissions are up. So if you really want to apply to China, this is the right time. The September intake it's coming up, so you have to start preparing like right now, so that in March, June, somewhere there, you know if you have got a full scholarship and all that stuff. And if you're home or anywhere else you still want to apply to China, you can hit me up. I will help you apply, but obviously at a fee. If you want to know the fee, we can actually discuss the fee, but I'm glad to help you, and I'm not going to get your money until I'm sure that you've been accepted. And thank you guys for watching today's video. If I've missed out something, or if you have got more questions, just leave them down below. I'm going to answer them in another video, like the next video. I feel like I'm going to make like the documents that you need for all these applications and the process. I'm going to guide you, so let me know if you want to see the video about. Another question is saying, how much money is needed approximately to do the paperwork in Zambia when applying for Chinese scholarship? I feel like this video I'm going to answer it together with the next video that I'm going to make about schools and scholarships in China. The papers, I mean about the papers that you need for application and all that stuff. So it's going to fall under this same question, because this question I feel like I'm going to answer it in that video, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video.